Hello, my name is Garrick82 and welcome back to our Omnifactory playthrough. I am just over at the ore dictionary area, not the ore dictionary, the ore processing area, and I've simplified a little bit, got rid of a couple chests, and basically we're just sending everything that comes out of the machines into this chest, and then we're importing that into the stone dust into the into the A system there. So basically these two machines only come up with the stone dust and the tiny piles. So they go in there. The one kind of issue with that is the pulverizer does give full dusts. So I just have this one being sent to this one with an import bus. It's not like the most glamorous of things, but unfortunately, yeah, I just don't have I don't have like there's no ore dictionary AE, unfortunately. I believe that's from what, extra AE2 or whatever that mod is called. But yeah, so basically that is that. Just processing up some oil, and yeah, that's just going in here and getting processed down into naphtha and light fuel. I kind of had to do, I know this would be simplified if I just put the storage buses on here, but I really just want all four of these in a row for the gas and the light fuel. But I mean, I'm still like debating. Basically, I have this one is light fuel and this one is naphtha, and then we have a storage bus on it. And yeah, basically just did that because I am planning on having 2 more chemical reactors there. I just want to have this all in a row. I mean, I guess I could, now that I'm looking at this, move this. We don't need this right here. Maybe have, no, I don't know. Maybe having naphtha and the light fuel on the ends or something so I can throw one on the end. But I mean, the easiest solution to put storage buses on there would just have them more spread out. But anyway, doesn't really matter. This is just kind of like a random thing here. But yeah, basically just had that. I'm doing all the oil so we can get this all backlogged. I think we're getting there. This is the only thing that's not backlogged. And everything else appears to be backlogged. Ooh, that one's not backlogged either. This uses a ton of chlorine to convert it down into LL chloride, and this for the hypochlorous acid. We do get a lot of it back though. This one gives salt water, and this one gives diluted hydrochloric acid, or no, regular hydrochloric acid. And then I have it over here, so we can see all the different chests here. Some of these are empty. This is salt water, I believe, and we have a diluted hydrochloric acid. We have a regular hydrochloric acid, and this basically all gets, the diluted turns into regular, which goes in here, which then gets turned into hydrogen and chlorine again. So, and the salt water comes in here, ends up in here for the electrolyzer, which gets turned into chlorine and hydrogen also with some sodium hydroxide dust. As we can see, that's been running. And we do use this in the process to get epichlorohydrogen, so we kind of get that back out. So, yeah, I am pretty happy with that. It does use a lot of naphtha and oil, but I mean, really, they're infinite resources, pretty much. So, yeah, that's kind of what I worked on a little bit. I have a fluid interface here because I needed to get the salt water and the hydrochloric acid in. There also is diluted hydrochloric acid on this one, but I have the fluid import bus there. Because I could do, it's on the purple one is the extract. I could do the purple, but this Hypochlorous acid is set to the brown, so it goes in here. I could put... Actually, that has a filter. Now I'm thinking about it. And these have filters. I would have to put diluted, but I could probably just have this output on purple. And could get rid of that, actually. Maybe I will do that. But not really. Oh, actually, we have a whole ton of diluted over here. Why don't... Yeah, let's just do that. I think that'll work. So, diluted hydrochloric acid. Put that on there. Just double check. There's no other input. Yeah. So I guess insert purple, extract purple, and I could get rid of this. That should... Yeah, that'll extract both the fluids. But it'll only send the hypochlorous acid there and the diluted is there. Alright, so that works. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I have been working on. Trying to get sorted. Is it the most optimal setup? Probably not. But I like it. So last episode, we got tungsten. We got all our tungstate kind of set up. We upgraded our power system. So I think now it is time to maybe start thinking about moving on. I've gone ahead and kind of cleaned this out. All this stuff needs to be processed down though. And I mean, as we can see, the it's not super fast. Even at EV, this isn't. Oil sands is actually pretty slow. I have noticed each of these recipes seem to have different times. So I don't know if that is like, it goes by like how dense they are in real life, how many... I don't know if that's like aluminum is really short, whereas like lead and galena is like, it's like a heavier metal. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about chemistry because I don't want to make a fool of myself. But yeah, some are heavier than others. Like this is only 37 seconds. That's crushed, but yeah, 37 seconds, I guess, crushed and purified. Whereas oil sands is 98. So even though this is like a higher tier metal, I guess, if that is what you want to consider it, it is faster. But yeah, basically we are looking at... We're moving into endgame here, or late game. Endgame is like creative stuff. The late game tab here, this is gonna get us the circuits, the different circuits here. But we need Lumium, and Lumium is locked behind tungsten steel coils. But now that I have upgraded my power system, I can probably run the blast furnace much longer. We do have 63 tungsten, so actually I think we do have enough. We need 128 tungsten. As we can see, there's hot ingots in here. I can't figure out how to do this without... There is like no or dictionary thing, and I have no idea how to do it with... Like, I don't know how to get... I guess we could do... I mean, I could have like the hot ingot stored in here and then pulled in there or something like that, but like, is that like any easier than just throwing more input buses and interfaces? I don't know. That works for me now. So basically I have done all the hot ingot recipes and then using the hot ingot to get the thing. So I think we need 128. We do get... Yeah, we get 2 per craft. So yeah, I guess we can just go ahead and do that. It's basically 2 stacks for the tungsten coils. Tungsten steel coil. Yeah. I do like how it it doesn't require anything crazy. But all right, yeah, I guess let's take a look at this really quick. So that is smelting that down. Not super fast, so that's kind of why I want to just have this running. I do have quite a few things running here, though. We got that running. We got that running at UV or EV. We have this running, which is like at EV. So let's take a look at what are we looking at with this power. About 16,000. Oh, that's dropping. Yeah. Right, so now we're at about 20,000 RF, and it's still going down. So we are really we are chugging along here with the power. I don't know if we are. No, that's the copper one. I have all these kind of spread out, so I can't remember. Oh, that's Ender. Where did I? I'm getting myself all turned around. I put the. Did I put diamond down here? Am I crazy? Wait, I put yeah, I put diamond right here. Yeah, I think we are dropping here. So I may need to craft up another assimilation chamber for shulker. That is what I'm thinking. Yeah, because this one, it was starting to fill up. As we can see, it's actually, now that we're running at like full blast here with the things, one is definitely not keeping up because of the random chance. So I'm going to have to craft up another one of these. And how do I want to do this? The sidedness is a bit weird. I'll have to test it again, but I think it has to go in the top. You can pull it out the side, but I think it has to go in the top. I was just wondering if I could like put it here. I don't know. But anyway, let me cut here. It's still going up. Yeah, we are we are pushing our power gen to the max here. We're still it's not to 0. So we are not. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're right around 5,700 each times 4. So yeah, this isn't dropping. Don't think the other ones are. So like that one isn't. I could just pull this down. Why don't I do that? I'm just thinking. The one nice thing about these machines is you don't lose. Like this will just stop running. You don't actually lose the item. But what I'm thinking is, pull this out. Why don't we just put it like in the floor? Like that. Although that will cause issues if I want to go this way, but for now we are actually not going that way. So I like that. I was like, did not see those. I was playing there for a second. All right, yeah, there we go. I like that. It's kind of hidden now. And if I want, I can actually come over here and see what's powering. So, all right, let me cut here. Let me continue processing stuff. I'm going to build another simulation chamber. I think one of those setups will produce, it produces plenty of the polymer. 64,000 we're up to. So, yeah, let me cut here and we will be back. All right, we are back. And yeah, I just set up another one. I have this fully automated now. The only thing I don't have automated is the void crystals that we use for the dark steel. And I don't even, I don't know how to, maybe like a dropper and some craziness. But basically I just throw a stack of coal on there and that is just kind of working for me. So yeah, we have 2 in here. Unfortunately, it is a basic, so it's going to have to level itself up, but that'll slowly just level itself up. And yeah, we're getting some diamonds back. It really is only an issue when we are running a whole bunch of stuff, because then we are burning through the diamonds even faster. But when it's just like outputting this much, we're not actually using that many diamonds, but I needed to get that going anyway. So yeah, there is that. And then we got all our tungsten. I pulled that out because I was I was crafting these up and I needed the wires. This is very, very slow with the tungsten steel, unfortunately. 6 seconds. Is there any of the other ones like faster possibly? No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's even slower. That's much slower actually. Double, and it's a higher tier, so it doesn't even overclock as much. I'm thinking we'll probably upgrade a couple of these machines. Maybe like IV. Maybe the next tier we'll get maybe like a new wire mill. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe a new lathe or something like that. I'm not overly rushing to upgrade the stuff. I mean, most of the stuff's working. I mean, I have a LV distillery that is extremely slow, but I don't really need this like super fast. So this is just slowly converting all the diluted. We'll get it back. Okay, so that's turning that into the wires for the thing. Now, I was looking at the miner, and I realized it's in an elite crafting table. So we're gonna have to get, before we can even craft this up, we're gonna have to go ahead and get the next tier of crafting table. I just realized, okay, that isn't a small one too. I wasn't sure. Anything super exciting? Sortis course is actually kind of nice. Tetrahedrite, vanadium magnetite for vanadium. Tungsten scheelite is basically, I mean, sapphire ore. What do we, is this for lapitrons? Oh man, do we need, oh, where is, yeah. So, lapitron, energy crystal, no, that's ingerium, ruby dust. All right, I was thinking maybe we needed sapphires. I feel like in the past that was something, but apparently that doesn't. Okay, so I'm kind of curious why, what do we need sapphires for? That, it's kind of giving us there. Oh, there isn't. I thought there would have been like perfect version, but apparently there isn't. All right, so that's that. Yeah, I really don't know. Obviously, like blue lens, maybe if we need it, but I think lapis. I don't know. We'll probably we'll come to it and we'll figure it out. Does this need it? Sapphire? No. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. But I did notice one thing. And if we look at the Elite crafting table, we need an extended crafting table, but you need to craft it in a crafting table. But I saw this recipe, so I didn't realize that was a thing. You can just dupe the extended crafting? Is that, I guess that's a thing? Is that like normal? Is that normal in this mod? That you could dupe these for like the next tier up? I have no idea. But yeah, so aluminum, black steel, we have all that automated. So basically we need to get these elite things. Now, I have actually got these. I already have recipes for them. So what are we looking at for this? 4 and 8. So these require 4. So 16. We need 24 of these elite components, basically. What are we looking at this? I feel like there's something magic in this, isn't there? Oh, no. Luminescence. There's something annoying with luminescence, isn't there? Like phosphor acid or something, isn't it? Yes. You only need 2. But that's kind of annoying. I do have some on me. Phosphoric, yeah. So I have enough for 8. Don't have enough for all of them. Oh. That's actually really easy. Although it does take a lot of sulfuric acid, but I mean sulfuric acid is super easy. Basically you can get from this you can get sulfur. So yeah. Yeah, let me get this, I guess, I even have sulfuric acid in there. The easiest thing would be, okay, are we gonna use this Lumium? Yes. All right, so that just basically told me that I need to get a chemical reactor set up for this. So I'm gonna have a chemical reactor with phosphoric acid in it, and then I need a chemical reactor making phosphoric acid, which this is actually really easy. We could even do oxygen, water. We don't even have to, no, that's phosphorus. Phosphorus is a pain to get, because you need, I was like just noticing, because this is required in indium gallium. Just kind of looking around like, oh, can we, if we craft phosphoric acid with apatite and sulfuric acid, can we get phosphorus out of that? Which we can. I don't know if that would that be like worth it or anything, but I don't know. All right, so basically at this point, 2 chemical reactors I'm gonna have to craft up. We'll be right back. All right, really quickly, I went to craft up the chemical reactors and I realized we are out of this fiber reinforced epoxy. I was doing it by hand before, but I think now that I've kind of got that all set up, I think I'm going to change this a bit. So before we were putting the borosilicates, we were just putting a whole bunch in there. I think what we're going to do is change this to that, and did a recipe for it. So we'll put this recipe, which is 1 glass fiber plus 1 glass fiber gets you this thing, and then we'll just put the epoxy in there. Now, yeah. So obviously it's not completely full at this point. Eventually this will be completely full with epoxy. Although now I'm just realizing I don't think we have, yeah, I don't have that. Okay. Yeah, I don't have that. I would have to do a storage bus on that and an export on there. All right, so I may have to switch some of this around actually for that to work. I'll put a fluid storage bus there and an export bus into this one and an export bus into this one is what I'm thinking. But for now, we'll just set that up. So this isn't actually going to do anything because epoxy is not on our thing here. So that should work. I just wanted to point that out. And yeah, there is 2 ways to get this. You can either use raw carbon or glass fibers. And raw carbon requires palladium, but it's a very, very small amount. So it would probably actually be easier at this point. That I could also even do this recipe if I really wanted to. Pulverize a sheet, add it to glass fiber, and then you get this, and then but you have to like smelt it and then turn it into a plate. So it's just easier if you use that. Anyway, just thought I'd put that up. Yeah, and also, funny bug. You put a bucket and a sulfuric acid quantum tank. It's all, but if you put it back, it goes back. I just thought that was funny. I don't want to mess with that too much because I don't want to lose all that. So I don't know if, yeah, I don't want to. I just thought I'd show that. That's kind of funny. All right, we are back, and I got a few things here. First, let's go ahead and get this. There we go. Elite extended crafting table. There is that. That will let us get the things. There is also the auto thing. Maybe take a look at that. But I do need crystalline ingots, crystalline, but I can get all this stuff. Okay, just kidding. I didn't realize those were nether star nuggets. I thought they were. I thought those were. I thought it was silver. Another star. All right, so that's a thing that we're gonna have to do, but there is a way to craft nether stars, and there is a quest for it. It does require all those dusts, but yeah. Also, we're gonna need to get Lumium. We're gonna need Primal Mana in the. Oh, I have it up here. We're gonna need Primal Mana in the blast furnace, and we don't have enough things. So I do know I need to get another blast furnace going, but that means more coils. So in the meantime, we're just gonna basically I'm trying to figure out any way to get this out, and I'm pretty sure there is no way to get this out of an input hatch. I didn't want to put this all in there. I did that accidentally. But I even put a storage bus on there, see if I could trick it to get it out of a, but there is no way. It's just hydrogen basically, so I am just gonna get rid of it and not worry about it. But we are gonna do that, and then we'll put the Primal Mana in that one, I think. Because Lumium is a little more important at the moment than the Modularium, which is what that thing was used for. But there is their tungsten steel coil block, so that opened that up. I think this actually will open up better steel for us too, actually, I think. The HSS, or like, I don't know how much this is, actually, I think this is used in higher tier components, I think. Oh no, that's, yeah, HSSG, and that needs the yeah, 4500, which those are for. All right, so we got that upgraded. We got our elite crafting table upgraded. I do need to. Also, by the way, I had to put a filter in between these because this recipe gets us hydrochloric acid, so I have that being pulled out. But since hydrochloric acid can also be input in a chemical reactor, it would go in there if I didn't have a filter. So I have a filter in between those, but I'm not going to run this permanently because that will use up all our sulfuric acid, and I don't have. I can craft it easily. It's just not super fast in an LV chemical reactor at this point. But yeah, so basically we're at Lumium, which will get us the next tier of the CEF and the energy hatch, I believe. Yeah, so energy hatch. Oh, that's just tungsten cable, which that's actually that's fine. CEF though, we are going to need Lumium. All right. So Lumium blend, tin alloy dust, not a problem. Sterling silver, not a problem. Luminescence, we just automated that, not a problem. Energized clathrite, that is actually not a problem. All right, none of this is actually bad. Let me I want to get Lumium crafted up here. We're running a little bit out of time here, but I want to get this crafted up before we go. I have a chemical reactor with glowstone in it over there, so that's perfect. The only thing is the Primal Mana is a bit of a pain. So how do we want to... Oh man, how do I want to deal with this? If we're going to need this in large quantities, which it looks like we're going to, also we do this. Yeah, Signalum, Lumium, Enderium, the mana infused ingots, like all these thermal ingots require primal mana, so I think moving forward, I'm gonna have to automate that. Which, yeah. I'm thinking the easiest buy would be to actually craft up a whole bunch of these. 4 of them for the different elemental. Blitz, Basalts, Blizz, and then we have another one for Blaze. I think that would probably be the easiest. I don't know how much we're going to use this, but it looks like... I'm thinking... Yeah, I think we just need to do that. Let me craft some stuff up here, and we'll come back. Alright, we are back, and I'm realizing this is actually a way bigger build than I was kind of thinking it would be. Because we can, basically what I've done is done one for the elemental and one for the blaze, so we can get the stuff out of it. But I am realizing that's not what I want to do. Always active. I need to change this to... Well, should put that in there. Yep. So we can do that, but I kind of forgot that each of the dusts here that we're going to need requires like 2 items. So we need the Hydrochloric. It needs blaze and a sulfur. So if I want to fully automate this, I kind of need 2 per thing. So I need 1 for blaze and 1 for sulfur, which is fine, because I mean I need a sulfur anyway. I use a lot of it. And then the next one is the blizz rods, and then obviously we get the blizz powder. But we need the snowballs, and we can get the snowballs from this as well. So if we look at it, the blizz needs the snowballs, the blitz needs the saltpeter, and the basalts needs the obsidian, which is all good stuff. But yeah, I was kind of unprepared for how big this is going to get. Now, what I'm thinking is we'll probably just have 1. Yes, this is very slow, but we don't need a ton of this. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to craft up a whole bunch more of these loot fabricators and have 1 for each item that we're going to need. And I'll need to get items for the pulverizing the stuff down, which I'm kind of doing over here anyway. So lots and lots of just different items that we're going to need, which is fine. But unfortunately, I'm running out of time with this episode for this. But I just kind of wanted to point out this is actually quite a huge build. But it's needed anyway. I need all these different items and stuff. So it's good that it's kind of forcing me to do this. But the way we're going to do it is put storage buses on, like I have done with all the other ones. So it'll just do 1,000. I have storage buses on these, so we can see it does 1,000. And then it'll just pull out as needed, so it won't be running continuously, because that would just drain tons and tons of power. I needed coal. And I could get 1 for coal and everything. So I have a couple more simulation chambers. So I think it's time to kind of set that up. But anyway, I think we can do Lumium. So I put recipes for all this: tin alloy dust, sterling silver, all that. So that should get us the Lumium, and I think I have enough for that. I do. I did that. That went really quick. Yep. So there's the mana dust. I will also get another fluid extractor, I think. So I don't know what tier yet. I'll just throw that down there. Because I need a couple of these anyway. One for Primal Mana, one for... well, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Because maybe I can just do... I usually was going to do like... I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Maybe we can just do it... Usually what I do is a fluid extractor per fluid and then a storage bus on it. And then just have it supplied continuously. Maybe we can do something a little different though. Maybe have it... maybe like for... I'm just trying to think here. So Lumium needs 1 Lumium and 1 Primal Mana. That's not going to work. Yeah, because these are 2 different machines. I was thinking if I did Lumium plus Mana Dust and send the Mana Dust into... Although that could work, but I would have to do some shenanigans underneath. Like a fluid extractor underneath. And then have the dust sent to one... Have the Lumium dust sent into here, and then the Mana Dust sent into a fluid extractor, which feeds a thing. Possibly. I think the easiest is really just... have a fluid extractor. Or, I don't know, we'll figure that out, but... yeah, so there is the Lumium. X that off, and then we'll put the... I need to make one more recipe, and then we'll wrap this up here. So basically, this recipe, I think. For now, we'll just do it this way. So I got the Primal Mana. I did that. I pulled that off, so Primal Mana will go in there. I don't know if I have enough just to... Oh, we do have enough. Luckily, we get a bunch of that... the different dusts. So maybe we'll do this. Let me... just kind of testing here. We do that. Like if we put any of that in there, it'll just automatically go... I don't know if I'm not sure. Like I said. And that should be filling up the this, right? It is filling, yeah, it is filling up. All right. Throw that in there. And there we go. Lumium, very, very slow. But we'll get the Lumium Ingots. Man, 720 seconds. We are at EV. And I think I'm going to, like I mentioned, upgrade the blast furnace almost immediately. So use the Lumium we're going to get. I'll craft up a bunch. We'll get Lumium energy conduits, Lumium wires. Machine hulls we can get now. Just 8 tungsten and some tungsten wires, it looks like. Or, yeah, tungsten cables, which that's easy enough. So yeah, craft the CEF, the IV CEF, the IV machine hull, or the IV energy hatch. And I think we'll switch this out to speed this up, because this is 1 ingot we're looking at here. And yeah, we'll upgrade our EBF to IV. But yeah, it's going to take me a little while to get this all set up, because like I said, this is a bit bigger. I also switched all these out. 2 cables. We had our Endo-IO conduits, and I switched them all to export buses and storage buses and all sorts of stuff over here. But I wanted to get that Lumium ingot before we were wrapped up the episode today, but holy cow, is that slow. That is slow. There we go. Oops. Lumium. There we go. So there's our Lumium ingot. Got that. Man, we actually got quite a decent amount of stuff done. And then the other reason I kind of wanted to push for this is Signalum. And Signalum's a little more complicated. Annealed Ardite. red alloy, destabilized clathrate, which is chemical correct with molten redstone in it. Ardite. I'm assuming it's no. No, there is no ardite. There's no like ore. Yep, no ardite ore. So it has to be. Oh, it has to be put in a mixer. So blaze powder, red steel. Red steel is a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, bismuth is a byproduct of cassiterite. I didn't realize that when I smelted all that cassiterite ore we got. So process that cassiterite ore down to get the bismuth. So I want to get the signalum so we can get the next conversion kit. Because I want to upgrade the numismatic so we can put some more augments in it. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. So thanks for watching and have a good one.